Hello everybody, it's a Strawman himself, and welcome to the end of the Duchess line. This is Cold Creek Station, and this is kind of an update video. If you saw my last video, you saw maybe a first-person view of this little metro line I created. Well, I guess I kind of want to explain what what this line goes through. It's actually really cool. The last few weeks I've been working on a city. Working on it every now and then. I didn't want to do any recordings on it because I thought that would take away from the fun of building the game. I'm not really ready to make a series yet, but I will be using this map for maybe a few extra videos, some tutorials, and really just having fun with it. I guess what I'm going to do in this video today is kind of show off the map. It's pretty cool, and it's almost a shame I haven't released any videos on it, but feel free to leave in the comments if you'd like me to do any videos on it. I can see myself maybe starting from where I am right now and then starting to record when I build things, because there's so much left to do. But yeah, just leave that in the comments and I'll think about it. Alright, so let me show off what we have here. We're starting all the way back here in Cold Creek. I accidentally called it Cold Spring. I don't even know if I called it Cold Spring in the intro of the video, and I definitely messed up when I created the little metro map in the video. I called it Cold Spring. It's actually Cold Creek, and see right there. But I keep mixing it up with Cold Spring. That's a real place. It's in New York. There's nothing here yet. I'm gonna be probably developing some suburbs. And this road, not happy with it yet. It's just something I plopped down to test traffic going towards the city. As you can see here, I'm using London Underground stock. I don't know which one that is actually. I think that's a prototype. Yeah, it's probably a prototype. I don't know. I saw it in the Steam Workshop and I had to have it. Alright, so we're going to kind of work our way down the line and sort of explain things as I go. Alright, so we're going to go down through here. Still a lot of nothing. I'm going to be developing this area in a little bit. These areas were really just expanded for the video, and also kind of to help look towards the future of what I'm going to be doing with this area. So we get to this next station, and it's India Hill. Nothing here yet either, but this station's actually been here for quite a while. I just haven't decided to do any development here yet. And this is kind of where it all kind of starts. Yes, over here we have our little depot with a turnaround point, which I think is a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to make because these I was using Anarchy, like the Anarchy thing, and sometimes these track junctions work, sometimes they don't. They can get really funky. But yeah, here's my little depot right there, and I'm gonna go right to here. The first intersection I made is this giant sort of bit right here. This is kind of inspired on I-66 in kind of the western part of Manassas. Now, yes, this is New Manassas. This is inspired off of the DC area with a few other inspirations for other cities. I think kind of like London and perhaps maybe Berlin or something like that. You know, cities I actually have a lot of admiration for, kind of taking inspiration from those and putting them into this city. So here's where it all starts. You have this divergence here onto this road. Now, this road doesn't get any traffic, and that's because I haven't done anything yet. I'm going to be building lots of stuff over here. But I'm building for the future. This intersection as well. Not a lot of traffic, but I plan on developing. This is where it got started. I started with this intersection and this neighborhood right here. Now, something you would notice if you've ever been to anywhere in the Virginia side of the DC area, you see lots and lots of these like really dense townhouses right off the side of the freeway. And it was actually kind of funny because I showed one of my friends. I said I was, you know, trying to imitate what I see in this area, and he laughed because he thought it was literally like a a perfect image of what things look like in this area, especially over here. Yes, I have this intersection working so that the busiest part is going to start right here where this loops around, and then also where this loops inward. Something you might notice if I do more videos in this series or stuff on City Skylines, you might notice I do a lot of explanations of kind of road infrastructure and how to manage traffic. It's kind of my specialty in this game. It's something I really like to do. And I use quite a few mods to pull stuff off like this. I use Road Anarchy. I use the Network Extensions mod, which allows for these 2-lane freeways, which are actually really awesome to have because they offer stuff like this. And also these 4-lane freeways, which is, I think, looks better than the 3-lane freeways. Alright, so we're going to go to our next stop on the line, and this is Sterling Park. Now, yes, this is the first major development I made in this area, mostly over here. I chose this area for the metro station because I thought it was pretty central. And as you can see here, I have these bus shelters. Well, actually, I'm going to be putting bus shelters down, but this is kind of like a bus center. Let me show off here the lines I set up for this. I'm going to pull up this right here. As you can see, I have these all detailed. SP meaning Sterling Park, and then I put in random numbers so you can distinguish them. And these actually get quite a few riders. I had to install a lot of buses just to kind of keep up with the demand. That's one thing that you will run into if you're making public transport systems in City Skylines. If you make your system too good, you know, it like almost too convenient for people, it will get overworked like this. There are all these people waiting to get on the train, and there's no train. I have like 10 trains running on this line, and it just seems to never be enough. This one's going, and it has to go all the way to Cold Spring. Ah, it's not Cold Spring, it's Cold Creek. But if you notice in my video I did yesterday that there's a dotted line on that starts at the station, rush hour service, and that's something I think I'm going to start implementing in this route. I might just decide to remove services to those 2 stations for now, since no one's using them, or I can just I can add a rush hour service, which would be more trains starting from here, where there are also trains that go towards, you know, they just keep going, which it's very possible. That might be a good idea. I don't really care about finances. I believe this. I think my transport system. Oh no, it's not profitable anymore. Oh, that's because I know exactly why. I'll explain that later in the video. So yes, I have my bus systems here, and they kind of splinter off in all these different directions, and they really do pick up a lot of people. A lot of people use this bus system, and yes, I actually do want to make a tutorial explaining how to make really convenient bus systems, but not only that, but how to make them, I don't know, accessible. I have stuff over here for when I develop in this area. Haven't done it yet. So, as you can see, I have all the infrastructure here to, you know, make things bigger. Alright, so let's continue down the line. It goes under this intersection here, which is the, I guess, one of the main roads leading into this town over here. I'll explain it later. And it goes underground. Before I actually decided to bring this underground, this looped all the way around like this. But I wanted to save a little bit of time, so I just made it go underground. As you can see here, it goes right underground. Alright, so comes above ground over here, kind of in the suburbs, elevated for a little bit, and then over here. And this station is Fairfax Greenway. This town down here being Fairfax, and this area being Greenway. I also have bus systems here, but the bus area is not nearly as well put together as over here, but it's still there. There are 3 services that kind of go throughout Fairfax over here. Some of them that even bring you to the town itself. And then some of them that kind of take you to areas. This one goes to Sterling Park, which I think is kind of cool. And then this one goes all the way down here. And then for Greenway, it kind of snakes around this area. It's very hilly. I made it hilly on purpose. And they all lead to the metro stations. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have any other bus services that don't terminate at metro stations, there's a reason for that. I will be making a video on public transport for buses in that said video, where I will be making a bus service that kind of traverses all of these main roads and kind of brings it all together. That's pretty much why. Alright, so we'll keep going down, and we're passing this, what do I call this? Apartment complex, how about that? And we go over here to, this area is unfinished, but it's Franklin District and University. On the metro map it's called Franklin/University. So this area I have not worked on yet. This is going to be all full of university style things. Kind of modeling it after my own university. Inspired. Actually, I'm not modeling them. It's inspired by it. And over here is an industrial sector. Not really, well, not really permanent for now. Sort of permanent. The reason it's there is because I wanted to give people jobs. And when you give people jobs, they travel. So, and when people are out and about moving, that's the best way to kind of test how your roads are handling traffic and stuff like that. Oh, while we're in this district over here, something I want to show you is this intersection I have over here, which is kind of the first and craziest intersection I'd like to show off, because this area does have kind of a few really wonky looking intersections, but they are kind of designed odd for a reason. This one I designed this way because I intended on the through traffic being rather dense, and also people going this way are not turning, so I wanted to make it as simple as possible for people to get through from here to this road without having to turn oncoming traffic, which is something that actually bothers me in this game, is how they don't have timed turn lanes. I can see that being something to have in the future pretty soon, but this is like the closest thing I can really make for it. So you get off of the main road and kind of circles around. Also, people going this way and turning left come here too. Oh wait, no, I actually don't have it set up for that. Actually, let me fix that real quick. I'll show you exactly how I do that. It's pretty simple. This is traffic precedent. It's got all these different tools here. I'm going to use lane connector, and I'm going to make it so that people going this way can go. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Yes, now people can turn left. Yeah, okay, cool. So yes, this intersection, that's the first major one. I haven't really had a name for it yet, but that's what I have there. You go down this road towards our next stop, which is all the way over here. All the way over there. There's many different ways to get into this industrial area. There is a that's a cargo terminal. Okay, cargo terminal over here. And you can go to and from by basically going in this intersection right here. And I actually love how this turned out, because it kind of weaves in around each other. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And then over here, for all the people going through, most of this is for through traffic. But if you're going into this area, you have this sort of, you turn right and then turn onto this road and then go straight. Funny term I know for that. I learned this in some other videos. I think this one guy, Crumbles Mickey, he likes to make a lot of videos on intersections. I apologize if it's not him though. He does make a lot of videos on these really cool different kind of intersections. it's called the Jersey left, which is the idea that you can't just turn left. You have to turn right and go in a loop around to turn left, which is kind of funny, but works really well because, yeah, see, stuff like that annoys me in this game where they have to turn oncoming traffic. Yeah, that frustrates me. One thing I would do to fix that is probably make them go straight and then maybe make them turn somewhere like here and then turn back on, but I don't know. Yes, we have this road here, which I expect to get a little busier in the future. It's connected to the main highway here, and this highway is temporary for now. I will be working on it a little bit more, but I have it connected. Just so I can sort of test how the traffic's working. I made this intersection, and I don't know, I think it looks really cool. And then it's also connected to here. This area I expect to be a really populated kind of shopping area. Inspired by Springfield, Franconia, if you know where that is, in the DC area. Alright, so we'll go to our next stop, which is right here, which is Apollo Center Station. This area is called the Apollo District, but I'll call it the Apollo Center because let's call this area the Apollo Center. It's my major office district for this region, and it's mostly temporary. I say it's temporary because I'm going to be finding better buildings for this. I mean, these work for now. They look nice, but they're so dense and packed close to each other. They don't really fit any kind of realistic style. I mean, I want more. There's a term for the type of buildings you see in DC, and they're called brutalist. More brutalist style buildings, really big looking concrete buildings. That's kind of what I want to pull off in this area. This area is kind of modeled after Alexandria, if you know where Alexandria is, and I'm not really showing that too well. So I'm going to be looking for ways to improve that and kind of show it off better. This area I might need to do some work on. This is the only train station I have in the area for now. And these are either a lot of tourists. Oh, these are also people who live here too. I think this is the result of all the different train lines I put throughout this area. But yeah, it's a lot of people. A lot of people, and you can see they're all waiting. They're all waiting to go home. Yes, there's 57,000 people here, and that's quite a lot of people. My goal is to, I don't know, make as many people live in this city as possible. See what my computer can do. So yes, we have this station here, Apollo Center Station, and kind of comes above ground for a little bit, which, you know, I think it's cool. And then we go back underground to this area, this pyramid right here, Metro Center South, and I'm going to look underground to show you something I did here. I noticed with Metro Overhaul mod, which is what I'm using that allows these trains to go, these subway trains to go above ground, is the depots. The depots are the only way trains are going to appear. Without the depot, no trains are going to appear. But in the vanilla version of the game, trains would just randomly pop up, and then they'd instantly go into use because you didn't need to render them. So now you do. What I did here is I had to make a diverging, kind of like a diverging little slip right here, so that trains can come out of that depot all the way over here and make it onto this line. Now I haven't chosen a name for this line yet, but this is going to connect kind of these areas over here. Nothing particularly interesting about the station. It's not used yet very much, but I'm sure once I start building tons of crap in this area and expanding that outwards, it's gonna get pretty busy, and I hope it does. I hope it does, because this is designed for heavy traffic. All right. So this is where the highway ends for now. It's gonna keep going on, but I want to develop more in this area first. There's nothing quite here yet. I mean, I put shops here so that people could move around, have people in the stations. If you're wondering why my transportation system isn't very profitable right now. This is why, because I added these new areas, and there are there's no sizable amount of people using them. Now, before I had this, it was very profitable because everyone is using my public transport over here. So once I kind of bring these areas in and really start to develop them, it'll start to get profitable. And some people, it's not a priority to them to make their public transport profitable. I just think it's a real fun goal because it's kind of a win-win kind of thing. If, you know, the idea of public transport, yes, it is to offer transport to the public, you know, but who says you can't make some money off of it? Alright, so this next station is just called Summit, and it's kind of the last station, no, not well the last, but on this side, where it has to cross under this river. I'm going to say on the other side of this river is kind of like, I guess, in essence, another state. Something that happens in DC, you cross the river, you're in a different state. Or you're in the District of Columbia, which is, in my opinion, it's kind of like being in another state. So, it crosses under the river right here. I like how it looks when you're in first person. It kind of looks like a little bit of a dip, and it comes right back up, turns back in. Kent's Park. I don't even remember if I called it Kent Park. I think it's called Vauxhall. Let me see. Oh, that actually brought up the line. Let's see. Kent Square. Oh, I know on the map I called it Vauxhall. I changed it. I didn't really like the name Kent Park. I'm going to change it to Vauxhall. Someone left in the comments on my last video that Vauxhall's an actual place in London. I did know that. It's one station over from Waterloo Station. It's a very, very expensive place to live, as is pretty much anywhere in central London. Alright, so Vauxhall. Yes, nothing interesting here. This is just, you know, actually no, there's something to explain here. This is all residential, and this is all commercial. I think this is kind of the thing I'm going to do. Summit is going to be kind of a more commercial district. This is residential. Over here is also residential. Now this is, let me see, I think I called it King Street. King Street on the Metro map. King Street. Let's see. Yeah, King Street. There we go. I don't need to call this King Street because it's King Park. That works out just fine with me. Alright, so here's something interesting I actually really like that I did over here. Now there's this rail line that goes over here. I believe on on the Metro map I said Summit would have a railway station. So that's something I'm actually gonna have to implement into that. I might just make this turn and then put a station there. But yes, over here I did this thing where it goes under the railway line, meets up with it, comes above ground, goes over the river, and goes back under. I actually really like that idea because if I do a little bit more development to this area, it'll look really cool. Okay, so here's where things start getting really cool. Subsea Junction. This area is going to look nothing like this when I'm done with it. It's going to be a really, really, really crowded area. And this is going to be a massive train station. This is going to be basically the main train station for the area. And I'm going to say for now, yes, also the biggest train station, biggest metro station in the area. This is a work in progress. But I'm very proud of how this looks. So it comes underground, and let me get kind of a, there we go. You can see for the Duchess line, it veers off. Actually, this veers off. This just keeps going straight. It goes under these routes, comes back up, and then in here. Now this is 8 platforms. It might look like four stations, 8 platforms. There are going to be a lot of trains coming through here, and I hope so. And I think this is set up so that there can be a lot of trains coming in here. I think it's actually really cool. Alright, so this is kind of end of the line. I showed off most of what I think I can show off with this map. Maybe I'll make another video explaining my plans for the future, kind of maybe laying out some things. But yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up my video. I hope you like this project I'm working on. I want to make more videos on it. I'm not going to be making a series out of it, but I will be using this map every now and then for tutorials and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Leave in the comments what you'd like to see with this map. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.